eBOOK Acknowledgement, Strengthening Leadership Through Support and Connection. Introduction, The Power of Acknowledgement. In the realm of leadership, acknowledgement serves as a cornerstone for both inspiration and connection. When leaders are recognized for their efforts, it fosters a sense of purpose and drives them to continue their impactful work. Yet, acknowledgement is not a one-way street. It is also vital for those in supportive roles who serve leadership. By acknowledging leaders, those in supportive functions create an atmosphere of respect and appreciation that reinforces the values and vision shared within the organization. This ebook explores acknowledge not just as a word, but as a strategy for life-changing leadership dynamics. It unpacks how acknowledgement can be expressed by those who support leadership, ensuring that their contributions toward fostering an environment of growth are equally appreciated. The deeper meanings embedded within the word, AC for wisdom and discernment, KNOW for foundational knowledge, L for love, and EDGE for operational flow, are dissected to offer a comprehensive framework for effective leadership and support. Through the lenses of wisdom, emotional intelligence, love, and knowledge, this book aims to empower both leaders and their teams to cultivate a culture where acknowledgement is woven into the fabric of daily operations. In doing so, organizations can foster a climate where not only the leaders are appreciated, but the people who help make leadership possible are valued as well. As you navigate through these chapters, you will see how the act of acknowledgement has the potential to enhance not only leadership dynamics, but personal and organizational growth. Chapter 1. The Power of Acknowledgement. The act of acknowledgement is more than just recognizing someone's presence or effort. It is a powerful leadership tool that can foster connection, respect, and inspiration. Acknowledgement reinforces positive behavior, builds trust, and elevates team morale, creating an environment where people feel seen and valued. Leaders who master the art of acknowledgement can effectively inspire those around them, driving growth and collaboration. The chapter begins by dissecting the psychological and emotional impact acknowledgement has on individuals and teams. It explores how acknowledgement ties into motivation, showing appreciation not just for results but for effort and personal qualities. This idea links to the broader leadership dynamics of creating inclusive and supportive environments where every person feels they have a stake in the organization's success. Recognizing effort over outcome. True acknowledgement isn't only about celebrating success, but also about recognizing effort and persistence, even in the face of failure. In this section, we explore why leaders should focus on the process, rather than just the end result. By focusing on effort, leaders can cultivate resilience in their teams, reinforcing the notion that growth happens through persistence. Celebrating effort encourages experimentation, innovation, and risk-taking, as team members feel supported even when their ideas don't lead to immediate success. This shift in focus creates a culture where failure is seen as part of the learning process, rather than something to be feared. The emotional and psychological impact of being acknowledged. In this subheading, the focus is on the psychological effects acknowledgement has on an individual. We discuss the role acknowledgement plays in fulfilling basic human needs, such as the desire for validation, belonging, and esteem. When a leader acknowledges an individual's contributions, it has a cascading effect on the person's emotional well-being, self-esteem, and sense of belonging. This form of positive reinforcement also encourages higher productivity and loyalty, as people naturally gravitate toward environments where their contributions are appreciated. The chapter deep dives into psychological studies that underscore these principles, illustrating how acknowledgement can unlock untapped potential within a team. Acknowledgement as a leadership tool. Acknowledgement can be one of the simplest yet most effective leadership strategies. In this section, we focus on practical applications, how leaders can incorporate acknowledgement into their day-to-day interactions without it feeling forced or superficial. Leaders who consistently acknowledge their teams can foster a culture of openness, gratitude, and mutual respect. From daily check-ins to formal recognition ceremonies, this section elaborates on practical methods of incorporating acknowledgement into the leadership process. We provide examples of leaders who have used acknowledgement to drive innovation, trust, and collaboration. Suggested acronym for the word acknowledgement. Acknowledgement, recognizing and appreciating the contributions and presence of others in leadership. Compassion, leading with a heart of love and empathy, ensuring that everyone feels valued. Knowledge, continually seeking spiritual and practical knowledge to guide and grow. Nurture, fostering growth in others, helping them reach their full potential. Obedience, following God's will and biblical principles in leadership and decision-making. Wisdom, applying knowledge with discernment to make wise and godly decisions. Love, practicing the 5 types of love, agape, phileo, storge, eros, epithumio, in leadership, building relationships. Empowerment, equipping others to take on leadership roles and responsibilities. Discernment, making sound, spiritually guided decisions in times of uncertainty. Growth, promoting personal and spiritual growth within the congregation and leadership. Excellence, striving for excellence in all aspects of leadership, modeling integrity and diligence. Mentorship, guiding and supporting others in their leadership journey. Engagement, actively involving and connecting with the congregation and community. Neutrality, remaining fair and just, avoiding biases that may disrupt unity. Trust, building trust within the church community through consistent, ethical, and transparent leadership. Chapter 2. The Edge, operational flow of leadership. EDGE represents the leadership drive that pushes boundaries, creates innovation, and sustains momentum. Leaders operating on the edge consistently navigate uncertainty, make bold decisions, and maintain a forward-thinking mentality that propels their teams toward success. In this chapter, we explore how leaders cultivate and maintain an edge in a competitive and constantly evolving environment. What it means to stay on the edge. To lead on the edge means being ahead of the curve, constantly pushing the limits of what's possible. This section explains what it takes for leaders to operate in this space, both personally and within an organization. Staying on the edge requires continuous learning, adaptability, and the ability to foresee trends before they manifest fully. Leaders who thrive on the edge are those who anticipate shifts in markets, customer preferences, and technological advancements, and then align their teams to exploit these opportunities. This section dives into case studies of forward-thinking leaders and companies that exemplify operating on the edge. Risk management and decision-making. Operating on the edge often involves a high degree of risk. In this subheading, we examine how effective leaders balance bold decision-making with calculated risk management. Leadership on the edge is not about reckless decisions, but about making informed choices that push boundaries while safeguarding the organization's core values and stability. This section discusses frameworks for making high-stakes decisions, balancing short-term gains with long-term sustainability, and how to navigate moments of crisis with poise and strategic clarity. Innovation as the edge factor. Innovation is a key component of maintaining an edge. Leaders who prioritize innovation set the pace for their organizations, encouraging a culture where creative ideas are nurtured and developed into real-world applications. In this part of the chapter, we explore the role of innovation in maintaining leadership excellence. We discuss how to foster an innovative culture within teams and how leaders can model innovative thinking. From allocating resources to exploring unconventional solutions, the chapter delves into the importance of nurturing ideas that drive growth and operational excellence. The acronym EDGE could stand for Empowerment, Discernment, Growth, Engagement. Here's a breakdown of how it aligns with the program's focus. Empowerment, fostering the confidence and capabilities of both leaders and their congregations, encouraging leaders to uplift others. Discernment, the ability to make wise and spiritually guided decisions, a crucial aspect of pastoral leadership. Growth, continuous personal, spiritual, and community development, which is a core goal for both the leaders and the church. Engagement, actively engaging with the community, the church, and God's purpose, building meaningful connections and relationships. Chapter 3. Love at the Center, Leading Through Connection. Love, often underestimated in leadership, is a powerful force that shapes how leaders connect with their teams, communities, and organizations. This chapter explores the role of love in leadership, expressed through empathy, compassion, and genuine care for others. Leadership is not just about guiding people toward a goal, but about building relationships rooted in trust, loyalty, and mutual respect. Understanding the 5 types of love. The concept of love in leadership is anchored in the 5 types of love: agape, phileo, storge, eros, and epithumio. This section breaks down these types of love and shows how each can manifest in leadership. Agape represents unconditional love, which leaders express through selfless service and dedication to the well-being of their teams. Phileo, the love of friendship, is evident in the camaraderie and rapport leaders build with their team members. This section expands on how each type of love enhances different aspects of leadership, including building strong, lasting relationships. The 5 love languages of leadership. In this section, we delve into Dr. Gary Chapman's 5 love languages and how they can be applied in leadership contexts. Words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch can all be translated into leadership actions. For example, leaders who practice acts of service demonstrate their commitment to their teams through hands-on support, while words of affirmation can be a powerful tool for recognizing achievements and boosting morale. This section expands on practical ways to implement these love languages within a leadership framework. Emotional intelligence and leading with empathy. Leading with love requires high emotional intelligence. Leaders who are in tune with their own emotions and the emotions of others can lead with empathy, creating an environment where people feel understood and valued. This section elaborates on how emotional intelligence can be developed and leveraged in leadership. It discusses the importance of self-awareness, empathy, and interpersonal skills in building a loving, supportive leadership style that resonates with team members at a deeper level. The acronym LOVE could stand for leadership, obedience, vulnerability, empathy. Here's how each part ties into the program. Leadership, leading by example, demonstrating godly principles, and guiding others with compassion and integrity. Obedience, following God's teachings and biblical principles in decision-making and daily actions, staying true to the mission. Vulnerability, being open, honest, and humble in leadership, allowing others to see the humanity in their leaders and fostering deeper connections. Empathy, understanding and sharing the feelings of others, ensuring that leaders connect emotionally with their congregations and serve them with compassion. Chapter 4. The Know in Knowledge. Foundation of creative thinking. Knowledge is the foundation of any effective leadership strategy. In this chapter, we explore how leaders use knowledge not just to make informed decisions, but to fuel creativity and innovation. We dive into the concept of gnosis, or deep experiential knowledge, and how it translates into practical applications for leadership. Gnosis, the power of experiential knowledge. Gnosis refers to knowledge gained through experience as opposed to theoretical understanding. In leadership, gnosis is the difference between knowing something intellectually and understanding it deeply through lived experience. Leaders who operate from a place of gnosis are able to make decisions that are grounded in reality, using their past experiences as a guide for future actions. This section expands on how leaders can cultivate gnosis and apply it in practical, innovative ways. Knowledge as a creative catalyst. Knowledge isn't just about data or information. It is the raw material for creative problem-solving and innovation. This subheading explores how leaders use their knowledge base to think creatively and strategically. By understanding a wide range of concepts, leaders can draw connections between seemingly unrelated ideas, sparking new solutions and innovations. This section dives into the process of creative thinking, offering insights into how leaders can foster an environment that encourages creativity. From knowledge to wisdom. In this section, we explore the transition from knowledge to wisdom, emphasizing the role of discernment and experience in this transformation. Wisdom is the ability to apply knowledge in ways that are thoughtful, impactful, and aligned with long-term goals. This chapter emphasizes that knowledge alone is not enough. Leaders must develop the ability to apply their knowledge in ways that are contextually relevant and meaningful. The section provides examples of leaders who have successfully made this transition and offers practical tips for cultivating wisdom in leadership. The acronym KNOW could stand for Knowledge, Nurturing, Obedience, Wisdom. Here's how each element connects with the program's focus. Knowledge. Leaders must continually seek knowledge, both spiritual and practical, to guide their congregations effectively. Nurturing. A core part of pastoral leadership involves nurturing the spiritual growth and well-being of the congregation. Obedience. Following God's guidance and biblical principles is essential for integrity and righteous leadership. Wisdom. Beyond knowledge, wisdom is the ability to apply that knowledge in thoughtful, discerning ways that benefit the church and community. This KNOW acronym reflects the balance of learning, spiritual care, and wisdom that defines effective leadership. Chapter 5. Aircon of Wisdom. Cooling through discernment. The AC in Acknowledge symbolizes the calming, soothing effect of aircon, wisdom, and discernment. Just as air conditioning brings relief in the heat, wisdom brings clarity in moments of confusion, providing cool-headed decisions when emotions run high. This chapter explores how wisdom, a spiritual gift, allows leaders to create environments of calm, focus, and well-being, even in times of great stress or uncertainty. Discernment helps leaders navigate complex situations with grace and confidence, ensuring that their decisions are thoughtful, just, and effective. Wisdom goes beyond simple knowledge. It's the ability to apply knowledge in ways that are constructive and bring about positive outcomes. This chapter elaborates on how leaders can cultivate wisdom and discernment, particularly in environments that demand quick thinking and adaptability. You also explore how a leader's wisdom creates a ripple effect, providing a stabilizing force for their teams and organizations. Wisdom as a stabilizing force. Wisdom in leadership acts as a stabilizing force, particularly during times of turbulence. Leaders who exude wisdom create a sense of trust and security within their teams, knowing they will make the right decisions for the collective good. In this section, we dive deeper into the concept of wisdom as a foundation for effective leadership. When leaders have wisdom, they are more likely to make decisions that benefit everyone involved. We explore how leaders can cultivate this trait by remaining open to feedback, learning from experience, and seeking out mentorship. The section also explores how wisdom enables leaders to foresee potential issues and address them proactively. The role of discernment in decision-making. Discernment is the ability to judge situations clearly and fairly. It's not just about making decisions, but making the right decisions based on a combination of intuition, knowledge, and insight. This section elaborates on how leaders use discernment to navigate complex challenges. Discernment helps leaders weigh various options and consider all angles before coming to a conclusion. It enables them to distinguish between what's important and what's urgent, between long-term gains and short-term distractions. This section offers practical advice on how leaders can develop discernment through reflective practices such as meditation, critical thinking exercises, and dialogue with trusted advisors. Wisdom and emotional intelligence. In this section, we explore the interplay between wisdom and emotional intelligence, EQ. While wisdom is the ability to make sound decisions, emotional intelligence ensures those decisions are sensitive to the emotions and well-being of others. Leaders who combine wisdom with high emotional intelligence are able to make decisions that not only achieve the desired outcomes, but also preserve relationships and foster collaboration. This section delves into how EQ enhances a leader's ability to make wise choices and highlights ways leaders can cultivate both wisdom and emotional intelligence through self-awareness and empathy-building practices. Chapter 6. The Symbiosis of Knowledge and Love. In this chapter, the relationship between know and love is explored in depth. Leadership is most effective when rooted in both knowledge and love, and the symbiosis of these elements forms the heart of lasting influence. Knowledge without love can lead to cold, detached decision-making, while love without knowledge can result in poor judgment. The balance of these two forces is essential for creating meaningful, impactful leadership. This chapter elaborates on how leaders can integrate both knowledge and love in their approach, ensuring that their decisions are grounded in expertise and guided by empathy. By using both, leaders create environments where people feel both valued and understood, while also being pushed toward growth and excellence. Leading with the head and the heart. Leaders must strike a balance between leading with their heads, knowledge, and their hearts, love. This section discusses how combining rational decision-making with emotional intelligence creates a leadership style that is both effective and compassionate. Leaders who lead with both head and heart are able to achieve their goals while maintaining strong, trusting relationships with their teams. This section explores how leaders can balance these two forces, ensuring that their decisions are well-informed yet considerate of the emotional impact on others. Practical examples are provided to show how this balance can be achieved in various leadership contexts. Cultivating trust through knowledge and love. Trust is a key outcome when knowledge and love work together in leadership. When people trust their leaders, they are more likely to follow them wholeheartedly, invest in the organization's vision, and go above and beyond in their roles. This section discusses how leaders can build trust by demonstrating competence, knowledge, and care, love, in equal measure. It also explores the ripple effect of trust in an organization, showing how trust fosters loyalty, creativity, and engagement among team members. Leaders who cultivate this trust benefit from higher morale, lower turnover rates, and a stronger organizational culture. Balancing empathy and expertise. Leaders must understand how to balance empathy with expertise, ensuring that decisions are grounded in knowledge while still being sensitive to the emotional needs of their team. This section provides insights into how leaders can develop this balance. Empathy ensures that leaders remain connected to the human aspect of leadership, while expertise ensures that decisions are rooted in sound reasoning. The section elaborates on how to integrate these qualities in leadership practice and how leaders can avoid common pitfalls, such as being too emotionally driven or too detached. Chapter 7. Sharpening the Edge with Wisdom. The edge is where leaders push boundaries, innovate, and lead their teams to new heights. However, without wisdom, the edge can become reckless. This chapter focuses on the critical role wisdom plays in refining and sharpening the edge, ensuring that leadership remains innovative yet grounded in thoughtful, sound decision-making. Wisdom ensures that the risks leaders take are calculated, the innovations they pursue are sustainable, and the boundaries they push don't lead to unnecessary harm. This chapter elaborates on how wisdom acts as a guiding force for leaders operating on the cutting edge of change and growth. Strategic innovation, leading with insight. Innovation is at the core of maintaining an edge in leadership. In this section, we explore how leaders can approach innovation strategically, using wisdom to guide their creative processes and avoid pitfalls. Leaders who embrace innovation without losing sight of the bigger picture are able to drive growth and change in meaningful ways. This section delves into strategies for fostering innovation within a team, ensuring that creativity is aligned with organizational goals and grounded in wisdom. We provide examples of leaders who have successfully maintained an edge through wise innovation. Balancing risk and reward. Operating on the edge often involves risk, but not all risks are worth taking. This section focuses on how leaders can wisely balance the potential risks and rewards of their decisions. Leaders who manage risk effectively are able to lead their organizations into new territories without jeopardizing stability. This section offers frameworks for risk management and provides examples of how leaders can mitigate risk while still pursuing bold initiatives. We also discuss the importance of wisdom in knowing when to take a calculated risk and when to pull back. Long-term thinking and sustainable leadership. Leaders who sharpen their edge with wisdom are focused on sustainability. In this section, we discuss the importance of long-term thinking in leadership, ensuring that decisions made today don't have negative repercussions down the line. Leaders who think long-term are more likely to build legacies that last. This section explores how to cultivate a forward-thinking mindset while staying grounded in the present. We also highlight examples of leaders who have successfully created sustainable growth by balancing innovation with long-term planning. Chapter 8: Leadership Dynamics in Action, Acknowledging the Whole. The final chapter weaves together all the elements of acknowledge, AC, wisdom, know, knowledge, L, love, and edge, operational outflow, into a cohesive model of leadership. Leaders who embody all of these traits are able to acknowledge the whole person, situation, and organization, creating a dynamic leadership style that is both innovative and compassionate. This chapter provides practical applications for using acknowledgement as a leadership tool, offering case studies and real-world examples. It also discusses how leaders can develop these traits over time, continually refining their approach to lead with both heart and mind. The whole person approach to leadership. Effective leadership acknowledges the whole person, not just their role or function within an organization. This section focuses on how leaders can adopt a whole person approach, considering the emotional, intellectual, and professional aspects of each team member. Leaders who take the time to acknowledge the whole person build stronger relationships and foster a culture of trust and mutual respect. This section elaborates on how leaders can implement this approach in their day-to-day interactions, ensuring that team members feel valued for more than just their contributions to organizational success. Acknowledgement as a cultural framework. In this section, we explore how acknowledgement can be used to shape an organization's culture, creating an environment where people feel seen, heard, and valued. Leaders who prioritize acknowledgement create a culture of openness, collaboration, and growth. This section provides practical strategies for incorporating acknowledgement into the organizational framework, from onboarding to performance reviews. We also discuss how acknowledgement can lead to higher employee satisfaction and retention. Developing dynamic leadership skills. Leadership is an evolving practice, and leaders must continuously refine their skills. In this section, we explore how leaders can develop dynamic leadership skills by integrating acknowledgement into their leadership approach. Dynamic leaders are those who remain adaptable, compassionate, and knowledgeable. This section provides a roadmap for developing these traits, ensuring that leaders are able to continually grow and evolve in their roles. Practical tips and examples are provided to show how acknowledgement can serve as a foundation for lifelong leadership development. Addendum A: The 5 Love Languages by Dr. Gary Chapman, Drive. Gary Chapman's The 5 Love Languages provides a profound framework for understanding how love can be expressed in relationships, including those within leadership contexts. The 5 languages, words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch, offer distinct ways for leaders to connect with their teams and for team members to feel appreciated and understood. In the context of this ebook, these love languages are adapted to illustrate how leaders can use acknowledgement to motivate and inspire those they lead. Each language represents a different method for expressing gratitude and connection, showing that acknowledgement is not one size fits all. By understanding and applying these languages, leaders and their supporters can create more meaningful and lasting relationships within their teams and organizations. Dr. Anthony Van Tonder has received written permission from Dr. Gary Chapman to use the 5 love languages as he sees fit, recognizing its potential to cause life change globally. This collaborative approach between Dr. Chapman's and Dr. Van Tonder's work aims to equip leaders with tools that can inspire and connect on a deeper level. Addendum B: The 5 Greek Descriptors of Love, NIV Bible Study. The Bible provides a rich, nuanced understanding of love through 5 Greek terms: agape, phileo, storge, eros, and epithumeo. Each term captures a different dimension of love and can be directly applied to leadership and interpersonal dynamics. Below is an overview of each term based on a direct study of the Bible, NIV version. Agape, unconditional, selfless love. This is the highest form of love, exemplified by a leader's willingness to serve without expecting anything in return. Agape is love that sacrifices for the well-being of others. Phileo, the love of friendship and companionship. Leaders who embody Phileo love foster camaraderie and mutual respect within their teams, building strong collaborative relationships. Storge, familial love, characterized by loyalty and natural affection. Leaders can express storge by cultivating a sense of belonging and unity, treating their teams as members of a family who look out for one another. Eros, romantic love, which is not usually applicable in leadership but serves as a metaphor for passion. Leaders who exhibit Eros-like passion for their work inspire others to commit to the mission with fervor and enthusiasm. Epithumio, deep desire or longing, often for the good of others. This type of love reflects a leader's drive to see their teams flourish and achieve their fullest potential. These 5 descriptors provide a holistic view of love that can guide leaders in how they acknowledge and value those they lead. By understanding these dimensions of love, leaders can create more meaningful connections, ensuring that their acknowledgement is heartfelt, authentic, and transformative.